Yeah, it goes everybody, because today we'll continue to play Danganronpa Move It, Move It. This game was presented to you by Zephyr, and follow them up for more Danganronpa fan games, translations, and all Danganronpa related stuff. Link is in the description. Let's go. What were we supposed to do again? Can I go out? Yes, I can. Alrighty then, so where do we go? Is this a free time event? Yeah, I think it is. Q. Is there any event? Oh, that's Rika. Where is she? That's Jumanji. Rika. Yep. Let's see if she has her free times. Something. Animal theater? Would she like this? Yeah. Awesome. Now we're down to the middle part of the story. Perhaps the most important thing that hasn't been mentioned so far is Kizuki's own challenge. Or maybe it's about her work as a zoologist. I waited patiently for Kizuki to speak. Miyuki, how are you feeling? Of course I'm fine. Why ask all of a sudden? It's nothing. What you said before has concerned me. Adding to the amnesia, headaches are never common. Are you worried about me? I'm worried but also curious because it's rare to me, not a doctor, to come across someone with amnesia. It's a 50-50 split between goodwill and self-interest. May I ask which one is bigger? I think the answer will determine how impressed I am. Well, As I waited, a minute passed by. Kizuki's ear expression and deep thoughtfulness were unexpected. I was kidding. Kizuki, it was just a joke. You don't have to think about that deeply. As a percentage, 61% is worried and 38% is curious, and the remaining 1% is miscellaneous. Huh? I did a lot of thinking and math in my head. If I approached Miyuki and said that to him, which reason would take precedence? I am more curious than I thought, so you might be disappointed. I'm sorry. But I didn't want to lie in the math. That's science to the bone. It's okay, I'm not disappointed. As an academic individual, it's perfectly normal to be curious. I'm glad you accepted that way, but just as a doctor cannot ignore a sick person, a zoologist cannot ignore an animal that exhibits abnormalities. I'm being treated like a strange animal, huh? Oh, I didn't mean to say it like that. Sorry, I was being rude again. Dealing with people is so difficult. I've been rude to people because I think and act on my own again. I shouldn't have done this. Kizuki, calm down. I wasn't really offended by it. Thanks to your kindness this time, Miyuki, I was able to go through safely. But what if next time I make a bigger mistake? It won't end up in just an apology. There is a strong opinion that consideration should be given to high school students and patients with rare diseases who are rarely found in schools. But I'm supposed to become an adult and have a life where I interact with other scholars, right? You're worried that your lack of social skills will hold you back when the time comes to really interact with others. It's a little scary because for a social animal, isolation is like poison. That is why I was scouted by Hope's Peak Academy. Because of that, I wanted to make friends. A classmate I could talk to, someone I could even have some fun with. I know this may make me like some strange person, and I realize that, but the people who hold the title of ultimate student might have some similarities to me. That is why I came to the school. Being honest, if you look at my actions so far, there was never a failing grade. They wouldn't even give me a B-. It was a bit strange, wasn't it? I wondered why my other classmate was struggling so much and suffering all alone. Now, it's not something I can empathize. If you think about it, I'm in a similar situation to you, thrown out into the world and not knowing where I belong. Feeling like I'm falling into an abyss without a hand to hold on to, that if I stand still, I'll be swallowed up. I feel the same way. I feel funny saying this, but don't beat yourself up about it. You're doing a great job because you're going up against something you don't know. It's a feat in and of itself. Thank you for your kind words, Miyuki. You really take good care of me. But it's also true that the anxiety still remains. I don't understand abstractions very well, because as an academic, all I have to fall back on is experience and observation. So I want to prove here that I can create something that is a friend. How do you plan to prove it? There's a way. Kizuki then held out her hand. Be my friend. Yeah, there was no need to prove if the answer was already here. That's the right choice. However, Kizuki, for someone who is afraid of causing trouble to others, you came way too forward. What if I'm the kind of person who doesn't want to be in a relationship with you? Perhaps there's a chance, but I trusted my guess. If you were not interested in me, you wouldn't come all the way out here to talk to me and... Yeah, that's right, I've been wanting to get closer to you for a while now. However, the sudden request for dating came out a bit unexpected. Dating? What? Dating? Yeah. I wasn't aiming so seriously, I just wanted to be friendly. Kizuki's pure white cheeks were as red as her eyes. A scholar is a scholar after all, Kizuki. Your guess was right. I took Kizuki's outstretched hand. I could feel the warmth of her body gently enveloping my hand, in contrast to the very cold colors. Congratulations on making a friend. I'll make sure you don't regret it. Thank you. No, I should be thanking you. In an unfamiliar place, in an unfamiliar space with nothing attached, bound by anxiety, she became one with me for a moment. I'm sure it wasn't an illusion to feel my hands getting a little warmer. That's so cute. Yay. Afterward, I separated from Kizuki and returned to my private room. Awesome. I'm back, don't forget to stretch, boys. Another free time? Nope. Cutscene. After dinner, I headed back to the library to do my scheduled work. It's quiet. Not only are there tall bookshelves lined up, but the floor is also covered with tile carpet. It's hard to tell at first glance whether someone is here or not. Who? As expected, Jumanji has not left her seat. I approached the direction of the sound. Oh, it's you. Jumanji glanced this way and then lowered her gaze back toward the book. Thinking that she was still a long way from opening up, I continued my own investigation. Hey Jumanji, did you find anything today? It's not like there isn't anything. Do you want to see? I spoke to her without much expectation, but Jumanji held up a book with such a calm demeanor that my indifference seemed insignificant. It was a book with a plain design, with only a single line of title written on the red cover. This book. A completely unidentified book. I approached her and took the book she offered. Looking closer, I noticed some more unusual features. There was no author or publisher's name on the cover, and what stood out most was the title. What is Despair? What a cringe-worthy title. This book will never be published through normal channels. A book whose title I have never heard or seen. Its cover cannot exist in this world. It's definitely suspicious that this book has no author or publisher. Then isn't a book written by Hope Speak Academy? Since it's an affiliated library, it wouldn't be surprising if they had a few books they made themselves. As I was flipping through the pages, I quickly realized that my shallow assumptions were wrong. If something you built yourself collapses, embrace the unexpected outcome with joy. If something you have dedicated your life to is denied, unleash the passion you have lost for that goal elsewhere. Hope is one-sided and is merely a cheap principle wrapped in the pleasant-sounding phrases like, as long as you don't give up, which only scratches the surface of what you desire. Therefore, it is extremely foolish to hope, and it only brings about one's own trouble. Accepting despair is undoubtedly inevitable. It is your mission and command to spread despair, crush their hopes. Destroy bridges, overturn trains, blow up buildings, and spread enlightenment to the people. The spread of despair has only just begun. Do you think students would read such a book at this school? I don't see why it couldn't be seen as part of a pessimistic view. Pessimism is a more effective ideology than you think. Then what part of it begins with destroy bridges and overturn trains? There was nothing I could say here. It is not a book that's been sold. It is not a book that Hope Speak Academy has. Then there's only one choice left, isn't there? The masterminds? For what is the purpose did they make such a thing? How would I know? That's just my opinion. Jumanji replied with an annoyed expression. At first glance, the writing looks like something we might see in a propaganda book, but I was quite concerned about the emphasis on despair. Are there any cults like this in this world? As I raised my head while thinking, Jumanji was looking at me again. Those pitch black eyes, I recall seeing that look before. Alright. Fighting something like this so easily is really impressive. Thanks. Wait, so why does she want compliments anyway? Yeah, she's pretty cute that way. As I was thinking about that, I suddenly heard a voice. A moment ago, I was so busy talking to Jumanji that I haven't even noticed a constant friction sound. Wondered if anyone else was in this library, so I walked to the source of the sound. This is surprising. Why are you here? Hello, Miyuki. You don't like me being here? I'm sorry, I'll get out now. No, absolutely not. Please, stay. I was just surprised to see you standing in the corner, silently investigating. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful in the future. Then Mikawa suddenly started making a very loud noise and putting the books he was holding back on the bookshelf one by one. No, your presence isn't the problem. I told him to keep quiet because I was going to investigate. Then, which side should I follow? Just ignore what I said. I shouldn't say careless things in front of him. While I was thinking about that, I heard a faint sound of a sliding door opening. And the voice I heard was... I see, this is the library. Wow, it's spacious. Honestly, there's not a single part of the school's facilities that isn't amazing, you know? At the same time, Jumanji's expression crumpled again in an instant. Let's see, I know someone who practically lives here. Maybe they're between the bookshelves. Oh, Miyuki's here. Hello. Can you be quiet? Oh, that scared me. Without even giving Shinano a chance to speak, Jumanji shouted and strode towards Shinano. Have you never been to a library? Who said people could be so noisy in the libraries? Yeah. Sorry. Shinano immediately tucked his tail between his legs, coupled with the difference in physique between Jumanji, who was a large woman, and Shinano, who was a small man. Maybe it's because Jumanji, who was usually cynical, appeared genuinely angry, and that seemed quite threatening. I won't say anything about carrying a camera around, just don't make a big fuss when you come in here. Okay, I'm sorry. Jumanji turned around and returned to her original spot, leaving behind Shinano, who was thoroughly shrunken. Jumanji, I didn't know she could make such a furious expression. Perhaps it was the sense of duty as a librarian and a member of the library committee that led to a more intense reaction. So does that mean it's okay for me to chat with Kizuki? Shinano, with his mouth tightly shut, was taking pictures of various places in the library before he came towards me. So what are you two doing in the library? I don't think you need to whisper like that. I think it'll be fine as long as you don't take too much noise while filming. Really? You? And there are three of us. Mikawa's over there in the corner. Then let me rephrase the question. What are the three of you doing? We weren't doing anything together. We were just investigating in the library. What about you? Why did you come here? Because... Actually, I was thinking about taking up reading as a hobby. Oh, really? Yes, it's getting a little boring to walk around the school every day recording, and the second floor just happened to be open, and there's these great facilities. I'm thinking of maybe trying to turn books into irregular broadcast content. After sorting out these complicated thoughts a bit, I finally decided to give it a try. You want to read a book? Huh? If that's the case, why didn't you tell me? Have you ever read a book? Jumanji, she seems to have suddenly become more friendly. I haven't really read anything besides comics. Have you ever read something like Night of the Galactic Railroad? Have you seen the anime Galaxy Express 999? I really need to show you the fun of reading properly. First, we're going to try Japanese literature. Natsumi Soseki's Kokoro and Dazayo-sama's No Longer Human. I think they're easy to read, understand, and enjoy. Jeez, No Longer Human, that's depressing. What about Western literature? George Orwell's Animal Farm, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, Herman Hesse's Demian. Ooh, expert recommendations. I guess it's fine to stop the talk here. I'll find them for you, so just wait a bit. You scaredy cat, you help out a little too. Me? Wouldn't it be easier if we split up and looked? Jumanji chattered on the way, then quickly disappeared into a corner of the library. Mikawa hesitated for a moment, then followed her. Was it really okay to be swayed so meekly? Didn't it feel like the atmosphere just changed drastically? When it comes to books, it seems like something about her is a bit different. While Shinano was waiting for Jumanji, the sound of the door opening was heard again. Jumanji, hello, Miyuki and Shinano. Oh, hi. Welcome, Kizuki. Oh, you're here. Whoa, that's surprising. You found them all already. Being able to handle things quickly is also a virtue of library committee member. Here, the books you mentioned earlier. Aren't you being too obedient just because they ask you to do something? It's okay. I'm happy if I can just listen to more words from you guys. That's what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, what do you want to read first? Actually, even when I heard those titles, I don't know what they mean. Then I can explain it simply again. First, what kind of work is Kokoro, if you ask? Leaving Shinano, who was being held captive by Jumanji, I turned my attention to Kizuki. Suddenly, I noticed something Kizuki was holding in her hand. Toilet paper? What's that about? Actually, I have a little bit of rhinitis. Since there's a lot of dust here, my nose keeps running. Ah. Yeah? Achoo. There was quite a pile of toilet paper in the locker room, right? I brought some. Kizuki then tore off a small piece of tissue paper along the dotted line and rubbed it against her nose. If you have rhinitis, this environment must be bad for you. It's not even at a level where cleaning is possible, and there's no ventilation. Wouldn't it be better to stay away? I'd love to do that, but I don't want to be away from books either. Kizuki, you've been reading up quite a bit. You think so? Even though I have hardly ever attended school properly, I don't really look like a model student. Kizuki did spread her arms. The sleeves of her ill-fitting gown fluttered lightly. Especially since these glasses have a high prescription. Being albino, my eyesight is poor, and I also have very severe myopia. I think that's how it's pronounced. If you have myopia, do you wear convex lens glasses? Yeah, that's right. I hate it when my eyes look small. Really? I thought they were already pretty big. They are? Yeah, I thought so from the first time I saw them. Do you want to see my naked eyes? Huh? Without the glasses, do you? Oh, yeah, I would like to see. I reluctantly agreed to Kizuki's sudden proposal. Kizuki hesitated for a moment, then raised her hand to her face. Oh my goodness, she's adorable. I'm sorry, but even though the music is tragic, but she is goddamn adorable. How is it? Red. Kizuki's eyes, which appeared larger than usual because they were not refracted or distorted, could only be described in that way. Rose red, fiery red, or just bloody red. Now how should I express my feelings? They're really cool. Really? I gave the most comprehensive and yet most favorable sounding answer I could. When she heard that, I saw Kizuki's cheeks turn as red as her eyes. If she likes them this much, then I'm sure she... What are you guys doing? That's the first time I've seen Kizuki without her glasses. Kizuki hurriedly put her glasses back on. She put them back. As she spoke, Shinano was holding a handful of books in his hand. I glanced over it and saw that it was a much larger volume than the books Jumanji had recommended earlier. Isn't that too much for a beginner to challenge? Jumanji's so excited that she keeps giving me all sorts of things, and when I look at her eyes, I can't bring myself to refuse. I selected only masterpieces, you know. If you just read those, you won't be bored. Jumanji pushed her glasses and wore a satisfied expression, but she seemed oblivious to the burden Shinano felt. Jumanji's attention returned to the newly arrived Kizuki, and Shinano took advantage of the moment to back away and disappear through the library exit. I saw him placing all the books he was holding into the return cart near the entrance as he was leaving. Oh, that's rude. Seems that Shinano's reading life has a promising future. So the fact that you come to the library means you're interested in books, right? If it weren't for the noise, this kind of thing wouldn't be as annoying as I thought. Hey Shinano, where are you? Jumanji, hold on. Wait, okay, cutscene. Still a cutscene. Fortunately, Sabaki quickly ran away as soon as she saw Jumanji's distorted expression, so the situation did not escalate any further. Mikawa immediately left, saying he would investigate elsewhere, while the other three continued their investigation. Oh, my neck. Ouch, don't forget to stretch, boys. Okay, here we go. Is it 10 p.m. already? School announcements, 10 p.m. It's nighttime, sweet dreams, and good night. Right. I guess I should go soon. Kizuki, did you find anything? No, not at all. I don't have any clues. Even though I searched systematically like this, nothing came out. Jumanji, how are you so good at finding clues? It's just a feeling. I feel it. Jumanji picked her head out from behind the bookshelf and lifted up her glasses. Perhaps it was a gesture of showing off. Was she the kind of person who would do something like that? The judgment of the librarian committee. That's impressive. Are ultimates a concept that includes such instinctive things? Anyway, I should go back now. Misaka is going to come back to nag me again. Jumanji, why don't you come with me? Alright then, whatever. Let's go. Okay, sorry fellas, I'm just taking a breath break. Just trying to breathe. And so the three of us left the library. Ooh. Anyway, there was this character Behemoth that looked so cute. I always liked cats. Oh yeah, I'm more of a dog person than a cat person. I also like cats, but isn't Behemoth an attractive character regardless of that? I was walking towards the private room while listening to two people's idle conversation. Oh. What is it? I'm not the only one who heard that, right? I think I heard it from elsewhere. I think I heard it from somewhere pretty close. Oh, why are you doing this? It must have come from the dormitory. Whose voice is it? Let's run. What is it? My body moved without thinking. And the sound that unfolded before us was... Whoa, holy shit, what happened, man? Justin was spinning to dive to the floor, holding a wrist. Justin, what are you doing? It's something. Must be done. That involves subduing Tadaira? Bro, what happened? How could you do that to a blind person? Justin scoffed and looked behind him. He pointed his finger to Daira's private room door. Unaware even in the situation, as expected, dulled by peace. What are you talking about? Wait a moment. It's a needle. Needle? Where? Oh, huh? It was only when I got closer that I noticed something strange. There were dozens of tiny needles stuck closely to the doorknob. What on earth are these? They smell like cigarettes. Nicotine, that's it. Needles, nicotine, what do you mean? Don't you know, someone set a trap for your room. When you grab the doorknob to open the door, your hand gets pricked by the needle, and the nicotine on it enters your bloodstream. Affirmative, I found it, stopped her, just before she grabbed handle. Oh, that's what you did. Concentrated nicotine is deadly poison, even more than cyanide. As soon as you are injured, your breathing becomes paralyzed and you die in less than 5 minutes. The diary, you probably don't normally smoke, so 3 minutes should have been enough. I don't know who it was, but they really enjoyed reading The Tragedy of X, didn't they? Why, such a poison in school? It is unacceptable. Right, didn't Misaki say that she confiscated all the weapons? Nicotine is easier to obtain than you might think. You can get it by simply boiling the pesticide we have in our warehouse. Besides that, this needle and the putty used to fix the needle could probably have been obtained from the warehouse. Anyway, the more important thing is, there is someone targeting you right now, and that's a motorcycle. Good goodness. Tadara sat down and couldn't continue speaking. Hanging her head, her trembling fingertips looked heartbreakingly pitiful. Just as Jumanji said, someone who wants to see blood again has appeared, and they're hiding within us. So in the end, it has finally come, this threat. Tadara. Why? Why is this happening again? Somebody wants to get out of here, that's the only reason. I suppose the scene where a person melts alive, inside bread, and turns into jam wasn't that shocking. Guts can only carry you so far. I tried to appear strong. I knew that appearing weak was the most dangerous option. However, when it's right in front of me, I can't keep up the charade. Truthfully, I'm scared. Tadira. I'm scared. I'm so scared. This feeling of helplessness, of not being able to do anything on my own. I feel like I'll fall into the abyss at any moment if I don't grab onto something. Stop. You talking nonsense. I don't want to hear. Justin, that was rude. I don't know such feelings. But if you feel that you fall into abyss. Hold on to me. At least you won't be alone, even if you fade away. Yes, I will hold on tight, Mr. Blade. You saved me, and you said such kind words to me. I can't thank you enough, Mr. Blade. Tadara stood up, grabbed the hem of her skirt, and bent her leg, perhaps as a gesture of gratitude. I just did what I was told. If I did well, that's enough. Justin just looked at the distant hallway as if nothing was really happening. What is everyone doing in front of the private rooms? Everyone from the library, including Tadara and Justin, what's going on? Misaki. It seems like she found us while on patrol. Oh, something really funny happened. Would you like to hear it? Something funny? Jumanji explained to Misaki what had transpired. Is everything you said true? It's true, I guarantee it. Oh my god, this can't be happening anymore. I will try to come up with a solution. But first, Justin, thank you so much for this. I'm glad I entrusted you with her escort. I hope you'll continue to take good care of her in the future, can you? I will, my best. The rest of you go in and get some rest. I'll check the warehouse to see if there's anything more dangerous. Okay. Man. So it has begun. Leaving Justin and Misaki behind, who had begun carefully removing the needle trap from the doorknob, I entered the private room. That was close. The cozy atmosphere that had begun in the library instantly turned cold. All that remains is a chilling realization that we are in the middle of a killing game. Is there really a way to completely escape this pressure? If I don't give up, maybe I can fight it somehow. As long as you don't give up, I feel like I heard something similar today. Hope is one-sided. It is merely a cheap principle wrapped in the pleasant-sounding phrases like, as long as you don't give up. Therefore, it is extremely foolish to hope, and it only brings about one's own trouble. Flashback. What the hell was that book? I thought about it for a while, but eventually I came to the conclusion that worrying or feeling anxious wouldn't do much good at the moment. I needed something to distract me like yesterday, and the answer was not far away. Hello, bed. I sat down on the bed with a book in my hand, just like yesterday. I opened the bookmark section, remembered which line I had read, and then started reading again. This book was the only thing that could bring me even a little joy in this unfamiliar place. Man, I wonder who Miyuki really is, since he has amnesia and he doesn't know anything about his past. Oh, my neck. Hey everyone, it's morning, 7 a.m. We wake up time. Let's get on with our lives. Oh, my back, man. When I woke up, my left index finger was caught between the pages of the book. It seemed like I had fallen asleep while reading. I could clearly remember being up until 2 a.m. Yawn. Yesterday was the same, and I felt quite tired, perhaps because my regular daily rhythm was disrupted. Maybe I shouldn't read books from now on. I put aside my distracting thoughts and got up. Let's go to the diner. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna discuss what happened, etc. It's gonna take a little while again, but come on, let's get this over with. And so Tadara is the target. Good morning, everyone. Today, Misaki was not smiling. She was simply looking around all of us with a downcast gaze. Somehow, this mood is getting scary. What's wrong, Misaki? Why the serious face today? Looks like someone's about to get in trouble, Shinano. Did you do something? Did you do some mischief? Oh no, there's so much I can't even figure out what it could be. Guys, I have something to tell you. What is it? I thought about it for quite some time all night. I thought that not saying anything would be like controlling information. What happened? There was an attempted murder last night. Come again? Yeah, I suppose you'll have to say it in the end. Justin and Tadara can probably tell you more. Tadara, will you be fine? Yeah, ahem. Tadara then mentioned the commotion that occurred yesterday. If it hadn't been for Mr. Blade, I really wonder what would have happened. Just hearing about it is nerve-wracking. Of course, I should also express my gratitude to Miss Misaki for thinking of providing me with security. It was right choice at the end. That means there's a person among us who are after other people's lives? Yep. Such a thing. Tomoe slammed the table with both hands. Who is it? Tell me right now. Why on earth are you trying to disrupt the peace? Tell me immediately what is inciting such an impious act. I think that's how it's pronounced. Fool, they won't say. But are you telling me to just sit back and do nothing? Tomoe, let's calm down for now. I apologize. I'm truly sorry for only showing you a disorganized side of myself lately. How can we find the culprit? Since it's not a murder case, a class trial won't be held, but it shouldn't be impossible to conduct our own deductions. Impossible. Trap set, we don't know. And we don't know when the pesticide potty or needles disappeared from the warehouse either. Finding out who the culprit is will be almost impossible. I'll borrow Shinano's video camera and try to watch the recorded footage, but honestly, I don't have high hopes. No wait, was there even a culprit among us to begin with? Or was it all Monokuma's doing? You seem to have a hard time accepting it, Shinano. Unfortunately, Monokuma has previously stated that he would never engage in murder. I think the likelihood of it being his doing is extremely low. But it's not like the person died. I'm not even sure if Monokuma's words are trustworthy in the first place. She definitely dead, if I stop not. Also, everything Bear said true up to this point, believing is correct inductively. Still, is there anyone among our group who would set such a trap? That means there's someone among us who can't be trusted. Unconditional trust isn't the answer, but in the current situation there's also ample reason to distrust the other party. Yeah, you can tell just by looking at Miyuki. He said he couldn't remember anything and skipped his self-introduction. What? My name was mentioned out of the blue. Is it not? You guys mentioned this at the beginning. We can't trust this guy. But you said let's skip him because doubting him won't change anything. No, well, yeah, I'm sure that's what happened. That was true, though. It seems like the intention was somewhat transparent to single me out like that and put me on the chopping block, but it's getting annoying. Why is my name being mentioned when it's been concluded that it's difficult to catch the culprit who set the trap? Yeah, I'm sure we had this conversation back when I first arrived at school. I wasn't that upset at the time, but perhaps it was due to the combined effect of that fact that we were originally discussing an unexpected situation and that the speaker was Shitanda. This time I couldn't just stand by and watch. Oh, so you're getting a little worked up this time. That's unpleasant, Mr. Shitanda. Hasn't the situation been distorted, as if you're specifically suspecting Mr. Miyuki? I was just mentioning general knowledge. I had no such intention whatsoever. I guess I have to apologize, because I provided a reason for suspicion to Miyuki through this unnecessary topic. No, you're not the one who should apologize. Oh, so apologizing means you really doubted Miyuki. Stop it. I mean, Shitanda makes a good point though. Why are you so eager to pick on Miyuki? It's been like this before, just clinging to Miyuki with your speculations and muddying the waters. Can't you just let it go? Are you that suspicious of Miyuki? Do you hate him that much? Kizuki. Miss Misaki, please move on to the next topic. Quick. Alright, Shitanda, take it easy and shut up. Misaki took advantage of Shitanda's loss of momentum to get the conversation back on track. Anyway, I have something to say to you guys. This is also in response to the complaint raised by Tomoe and Sarashina last time. The complaint we raised then? Are you referring to what we said about the right to give disadvantages to those who do not follow the rules? Actually, that statement was made somewhat impulsively when the mindset was somewhat disturbed, so you can ignore it. No, right now I understand the necessity better than anyone else. Indeed, to prevent another murder from happening, I can't afford to be soft-hearted. So I also want to ask for your understanding as well. For those who seriously break important promises or intentionally continue to spoil the atmosphere in the future, I'm thinking about imposing a disadvantage on a group level. Disadvantage? That sounds scary. So we came back to this answer, huh? To be honest, I agree. Coercion without tangible disadvantages cannot last. I don't like it. So what are these disadvantages? Let's hear them. But that's the problem. In the end, I'll be the one inflicting the disadvantage, so I can't make it too harsh. I thought about things like not giving us food or making us do push-ups. However, you can eat freely at the diner and you can easily get snacks at the store, so it doesn't really matter. Also, push-ups are a bit mild for a punishment. That's why I'm worried. It has to be at a level you guys can agree in order to... That's why I'm worried. It has to be at a level you guys can agree to in order for anything to work. What about confinement then? Since it doesn't cause direct pain, there will be less rejection. Students who are being punished are usually isolated from the outside world, so they don't have to worry about their safety during that time, right? That's great, but how are you going to lock them in? The private room door opens from the inside, so locking it is pointless. Maybe placing a heavy object in front of the door? Does the school have something that heavy? Why discuss from the start this? Seriously, it's dangerous, cause detrimental act. I guess it's not too late to listen first and then decide. Misaki must have something on her mind when she brought it up. Then let me suggest this. Misaki Kuzo, from what I heard that you want a disadvantage that can be smoothly achieved within this environment and also have a definite effect, is that correct? Well, that's right. In these situations, there's a method the Sarashina family has been using. Having experienced this training myself, I know its effectiveness well. Which is... It is corporal punishment. Corporal punishment? Your family's tough. What? Are you saying she'll hit me if I break the rules? Of course, I'm not suggesting violence. Everything is up to our leader, Misaki Kuzo, to decide and execute. It's just different subject in the end. I'm embarrassed because it's a suggestion I never thought of. Hey Sarashina, aren't you thinking too hard? We're talking about hitting each other among friends. It would be inappropriate to regard Miss Misaki as a mere friend. Ultimately, isn't Miss Misaki now in a position similar to a teacher who shows us the way? Wait. Hey, Kuzo's fist is a bit scary. Where are you going to hit? Face, calf, or stomach? Hitting someone for not listening? As a member of the relaxed generation, that's something I can't even imagine. I don't remember ever being hit by anyone, but I never thought the concept of corporal punishment would be brought up. If you behave badly, you might get hit by your classmate, huh? I've never even been hit by my dad. Why is the conversation suddenly going this way? Corporal punishment? Yeah, is there really a need to raise a hand? Just behave well on your own. Suddenly, the logic of power is being presented. Aren't we the ones struggling to escape the logic of power? Sarashina, you know what you're saying might sound a bit radical, right? Corporal punishment, that's too sudden. I don't understand. Miss Misaki, I didn't expect you to react so lukewarmly. What? If you thought I was advocating for indiscriminate violence in any situation, please correct me. I only do this in special circumstances where someone seriously breaks a promise or intentionally continues to disrupt the atmosphere. As a leader, I ask you to uphold discipline. I agree. If it's used as a last resort to maintain a solid group, then it's not a bad thing. Everyone, aren't you failing to properly grasp the essence of the argument due to the vaguely anxiety-inducing concept of violence? We are doing this in order to save people. Tomori, perhaps increasingly sensitive to the possibility of additional murders, actively supported Misaki's opinion. The tolerance that I mentioned last time may be having quite an influence on him. No, but this can't be happening. What if he suddenly turns around and starts picking on me from some weird corner and tries to hit me? Once you have the power to inflict corporal punishment, you only need a pretext to wield violence. You can justify it by attaching any reason. Misaki isn't the type of person to do that. Those are empty words. We narrowly escape having one of us sent Tadara to the afterlife, but blind fate is of no help at all. Were you trying to use the expression crossing the sticks in the middle of and then suddenly change your mind? I guess I still haven't earned enough trust. I hope you know that at least that won't happen. I think you know that's also just empty talk. Agreed. Violence not acceptable. Misaki Kuzo rolled her eyes as if scanning us all, then just met Justin's gaze. Justin, if you don't trust me that much, then wouldn't you be my watcher? What? You disagree with me, you don't trust me, and you've often disagreed with me before. That's why you can be my control measure. Oh, you're saying that if you're worried about being tyrannical, you could just let Justin monitor you? Yeah, if he doesn't like me even a little bit, he'll immediately put on the brakes. No matter how much I've trained my body, my combat ability and strength are nowhere near yours, and I've earned the trust of the students. If I had a control measure, it would be you. Now hang on, when did you suddenly start to consider corporal punishment positively? Just a moment ago you were being gentle and cautious. I just thought I couldn't ignore it when I saw so many people agreeing. As much as I care about the members of the school, I need to be stricter. Justin, you saw it right next to her, didn't you? That nicotine-laced needle trap? It may have ended in failure because of you, but Tadira might have died last night. We could have gone back to the class trial, held a trial, and then returned to the school with one of our classmates gone. I don't even want to think about it. If you think I'm the embodiment of power, you're sorely mistaken. With so many eyes watching, it's inevitable that we'll judge as fairly as possible. There are even control measures in place to prepare for any unforeseen circumstances. The strongest and most solid control mechanism that no one can overcome. However, Justin, I feel a little burdened that I'm giving you more tasks. You already can't sleep properly, but now there's one more thing to worry about. Incorrect. I've always cared, paid attention to you, from the very day first, when I arrived at school. That is maintaining status quo. Nothing to worry, because something I always done. That means I don't trust, so I'll watch. It is duty mine, given. Watcher is familiar. Thank you for taking this topic into consideration. A stance that allows agreement even without believing. What an interesting perspective. If that's the case, shouldn't we also hear other people's opinions? What do y'all think? I don't care whatever happens. Kinda, weren't you the one who opposed it, going on about the logic of power and all that? No, I just said whatever came to mind. Honestly, I don't know. I'm a little confused about which side is right. I'm used to getting beaten, honestly. I don't think it would be a bad idea to do as Sarashina says. And I hate seeing dead bodies again. I don't like getting hit, but hitting between friends seems weird too. I don't know. There was no strong opposition. Those that previously expressed concerns appear to be becoming less vocal. Tadira, what about you? I agree. No matter how terrifying the punishment, it's less terrifying than the fear of having to face the bodies of your friends again and the possibility of death. I'm sorry, this might be a bit too selfish of me to express my opinion, but to be honest, I don't want to die. Even Tadira, who had kept her silence, spoke up. I think the situation is settled, but let's vote anyway. To Sarashina's proposal, that is, I, Misaki Kuzu, as the leader, will administer punishment to those who continuously violate the rules. Who opposes this? Who wants to raise their hand? No further voices of opposition emerged. Ego was just resting her chin on her hand with a very displeased expression. She probably thought that raising her hand alone wouldn't be able to change public opinion. I became quite curious as to why, like Jumanji, she didn't declare her independent actions. Misaki seemed unaware of Ego as she clapped her hands together with a loud smack and focused her gaze. Well, then it seems like opinions are unanimous. Alright, so it's been decided. For a moment I had doubts about whether it was really a good decision. As Misaki said, there must be those who, like me, momentarily doubt Misaki, and the countermeasures are also clear. There won't be anything to worry about. Thank you so much, everyone. To be honest, I thought that this would either cause more people to leave or that I get a whole lot of insults. You can think of it as a Miss Misaki having a lot of trust. Of course, you must also feel a great sense of responsibility. I'm sorry, I feel like I caused you unnecessary distress. No, why are you apologizing? The apology should come from the traitor's attempted murderer, whoever they are. That's right, while their identity remains shrouded in mystery, it's only right that they be ultimately uncovered and punished. Yeah, that's definitely an issue that needs to be addressed. Everyone, be careful until the traitor is revealed. I have a feeling this kind of trickery won't end with just one time. If possible, I would like to recommend group action. Guess I'll have to stay in my private room for the time being. Well, I don't think Kuza was hoping for such a reaction or saying those words without intention. Still, I can't be helped but be scared. Anyway, judging by the way the trap was set up so shady, the culprit doesn't have the guts to come forward and get blood on their hands. That kind of person probably wouldn't do something during school hours when everyone is wandering around the school building, right? Is that so? The only thing you have to be careful of is traps at best, but I think only someone like Tadira can't avoid them. Were you always like this? Why do you always agree with Misaki's thoughts? Oh no, I absolutely do not wish for the cohesion of this group to break. Seriously, what do you guys think of me? Shitana's words could no longer continue. Huh? Jumanji entered the diner. Jumanji, are you finally ready to join us? Why would I? I'm hungry, so I came here to get something to eat. Jumanji then sat down in his empty seat and naturally reached for the utensils. Jumanji, your dark circle seems to have gotten darker. Is it just me? What are you talking about? I'm fine. It's obvious you've let loose because of the newly opened library. No matter how interesting the book is, you need to get to bed on time. You've seen those eyes a lot of our research institute. The look of utter exhaustion definitely belongs to someone who pulled an all-nighter. I'm just trying to eat. Why is everyone making such a fuss? Jumanji then stood up with her plate in her hand, passed us, and disappeared out the diner's door. I guess she didn't want to hear that. Miss Jumanji must have wanted to eat in a relaxed manner, but she must have been uncomfortable with all the attention on her. It's like saying when dog eats, you don't touch food. Mr. Blade, you said it differently. Surprisingly, Ego, you're still here? How exactly was my image established in your minds? You know, when people acted so illogical and irrational, you'd curse at them, right? Am I wrong? That's for sure. That's the way I am. No matter how interesting the book is, to stay up all night on my own, is that even possible? You're the ultimate freezer. Have you ever worked overnight? Of course, I've seen it countless times while working. It's just that I can't do it on my own. I'm almost unable to sleep right now because of insomnia. Yeah, that's right. Wait a moment, did I just remember that? How? I wonder if it doesn't show, because my dark circles were already so dark to begin with. Hey, don't look at my face too closely. Mikao hurriedly waved his hand in front of his face, then suddenly covered his nose with his gloved hand. Oh. What is it? It's nothing. Mikao then deftly took a pocket tissue out of his back pocket and covered his nose. There was a little blood on the hand that was removed from the nose. Your blood. Blood? That startled me. Tomoe suddenly saw blood and jumped up screaming, while Tadara, who was sitting right next to him, covered her ears. Is a nosebleed really that surprising, Tomoe? Don't worry about it. I tend to get nosebleeds easily, and I ended up stopping it with my gloved hand. It's going to take some time to clean it up. Plus, it takes a long time to dry. I don't have any other gloves. I don't take these gloves off all day. That's right, you wear gloves all day long. Don't you think it's a little strange that there are no other gloves? Clearly, there were many clothes prepared in the private room that we are exactly the same as the clothes we are currently wearing. Oh, that's right, but no matter how hard I look, I couldn't find the gloves. Same goes for the hats. Me too, I had all my clothes, including a gown, but I didn't have any spare glasses. I couldn't find earrings myself. They might just be in a corner I haven't looked at yet. To summarize the story so far, it seems that among the clothing items, there are no items that can be classified as accessories. Why is that the case? That's right. Silence for now. First, we shall bear witness of Mikawa's scream. Oh dear, it's like it should be getting old, but it's not, you know. Hey, just get to the point. Oh dear, you guys are being really hostile towards me. Well then, I'll just say what I have to say and then get out. To put it simply, it's because of budget shortage. I didn't have enough money to prepare all the accessories. You took over an entire school and renovated it, and you say you don't have enough money? You might think otherwise, however. Since I had to prepare several accessories, the accumulated amount was more than I expected. Let me give you a simple example. Those earrings from Tadara cost 10 million yen each. What are you saying? Why are you so surprised? Excuse me, is that true, Mr. Monokuma? Aren't those earrings yours? To be exact, they're my family's. I borrowed everything from my family, including this cello. Borrowed? What do you mean? That is also a minor family matter, so it's not a very pleasant story. In this situation, it is not something worth mentioning. An unusual family history, you say? The point is that the earrings were so expensive that it was impossible to prepare many of them. That's right, Tomoe's scarf and piercings are also from fairly high-end brands, although they are not comparable. Jumanji's glasses also have a high refractive index, so they are very expensive. I somehow managed to get the essentials ready, but I couldn't bring myself to go that far. So please understand. Why is this so pathetic? I thought I was something special. Seriously, for the first time you seem almost human, Monokuma. No, I'm a bear in the first place, so I don't even look human. What about my gloves? These are cheap ones you can even find at the convenience stores. That's for fairness. Just because you have so many gloves, it doesn't mean yours can't be the expensive pair. This Monokuma teacher cares for all his students equally. But it would have been nice if you had prepared it in the warehouse. Gloves in the warehouse? Well, there's definitely nothing that can be used as a substitute. Later, when I have more money, I'll buy some disposable plastic gloves, boo boo boo. Now, to begin with, talking about equality and such is completely sophistry. Glasses aren't just an accessory, I can't live without them. When you think about it, isn't that the point? Headmaster Monokuma is a beast among beasts with 6-point vision on both sides, so I couldn't consider the perspectives of students with poor eyesight. Beast? How could a bear with such sharp claws and teeth not be a beast? When I was living in the wild, I would tear apart dozens of tigers, lions, or even bears every day. I told you not to talk nonsense. If only I hadn't lost my wild spirit. Anyway, I'll try to get you some glasses, so please bear with it for now. Anyway, you've been living without any problems with just that so far, haven't you? Well then, I'm off. And that's what they say. If anyone feels worried about it, please bear with it for a little longer. It's okay, I won't lose it or anything. It was at that moment that Kizuki finished speaking. Oh, what is it? Lunchtime already? Oh, my back. Or is it 10 p.m.? The school announcement. Someone who was just talking to you face to face. It might seem a bit ridiculous for me to do formality like this. Anyway, all students requested to assemble in the gym immediately. There will be punishment for students who do not attend, so please have everyone attend as soon as possible. Oh crap. This is gonna be a long one, isn't it? Oh boy. No way. This announcement itself was unremarkable. It was nothing special, just a call from Monokuma. But now we know what this means. 3 days, only 3 days. 3 days after we arrived at school and 3 days after the first murder occurred. We have to be ready to accept new motivation. Monokuma didn't seem like the fact that we were even achieving such a brief peace. I feel the blood draining from my head, a sensation flowing down my spine. Am I trembling right now? It's starting again. There's no time to relax. I tried so hard to forget that voice, but what is it this time? What is he trying to do? Everyone seems anxious. While everyone else's complexions were noticeably pale, he was the only one who maintains a cheerful attitude. But everyone, think about it. Whether we like it or not, we are beings thrown into this space regardless of our will, right? No matter what we do, escaping is impossible. So what do you want us to do? Well, what I'm saying is don't deny reality and just accept it. Stop, the atmosphere is already chaotic enough, so there's no need for you to step in. It seems like you're the one stepping forward. I thought I had exactly pinpointed what we need to do. Okay, anyway, let's go to the gym. That's what I think as well. Let's at least open the lid and check before we get anxious. Guys, listen to me. As a leader and as someone who was motivated by the same things as you last time, I want to say this. Don't be agitated, calm down, and please don't lose your sense of reason. And trust me, believe on me, or in me. I'll come up with the best plan somehow. As Mizaki finished speaking, students stood up in the groups of 3 or 5. Only 2 people were holding their positions. Hey, are you guys okay? There's no way I could be okay, you know. If it were Miss Tsubaki, would your heart be at peace? We may be about to have to give up another life. I don't even know if it'll be me or you. How can I stay calm? Me too, of course. I'm nervous, to be honest. I think my heart is about to explode. But Tsubaki strode forward and pulled Sarashina's arm upwards. I'll try to get scared after watching it. Wouldn't that be better? At least making my mind more at ease. Sarashina stood still with a complicated expression, as if he was at a loss for words at Tsubaki's smile. Tomoe, you don't like the idea of having to look at your motives? Of course that is the same for me, but there's something I'm more worried about. Well, I don't know if it's right for me to tell you this. I suppose my beliefs are wavering these days. It's a ridiculous thing to say. What does that mean? You are the one who cherishes and loves life more than anyone else. We also spoke about animals and we spoke about volunteering to work in remote areas of Africa. I know what you mean, yet I can't quite clearly explain this turmoil in my own heart either. Is it because life is so terribly looked down upon in this twisted environment? The Mauve began to say the most unusual things I had ever heard from him. Just as I was wondering what I should say. Then you just have to make it precious again. Miss Kizuki. No matter what Monokuma says, won't you be able to defy his tricks head-on since you have such a strong will? There's no reason to tremble in fear. To have such wonderful people as my classmates. Tomorrow Rinchar, am I finally be able to... Tomorrow Rinchar, I'm finally able to find a good relationship? I think your words will be the hints I need. I feel better, or rather, significantly improved. Tomorrow said this and got up his seat. Let's go. I'll burn into my body to withstand whatever it may come. Crap. I'm almost an hour in and there's still no save. I should have saved. And so we headed to the gym with our restless hearts. Come on everyone, why are you so late? Jumanji, who was reading a book alone in the library on the second floor, was the first to come down. As before, Monokuma was on the gymnasium stage. I noticed something large, covered in a tent, standing next to him. Could that be the new motive? Their action is so weak that it's less fun. Hey, let's get straight to the point already. 3 days have passed since the new floor opened, a new wind is blown, and you two must commit murder with a new direction. And yet, what is this peaceful atmosphere? Oh, but there was an actual attempt, wasn't there? But in the end, no one died, so it doesn't count. If this continues, it is hopelessly boring. Whoops, I'm saying this just by looking at your expressions, but this time the level will much lower than what I gave you before. Since you've been exhausted by the constant attacks on your family, friends, relatives, and colleagues, this time it's a break. So take it easy and accept it. Don't make me laugh. What are you trying to do? Well, whether you believe it or not, the things inside won't change. Now this introduction has been long enough. Shall we get straight to it? Monokuma then came down from the podium, grabbed the corner of the tent, and pulled it straight. The tent slid off without any resistance, and what was inside? What is this? What appeared was a large rectangular unfamiliar object that I had never seen before. Allow me to formally introduce the fortune-telling machine that gained tremendous popularity in our Monoland, Rhetorical. I decided to bring it here after much deliberation. Rhetorica? Fortune-telling machine? What is that? It's a type of vending machine that you might see at a foreign amusement park. When you insert money, it prints a card with your fortune or advice written on it. I think I know what it is. I saw something similar at USJ. You're giving us advice? Of course, it's just saying pre-written phrases at random, so it's not really helpful. It's just for fun. I guess so. You have to be vigilant. How is that even a motive? I'll explain that from now on. Monokuma then stepped down from the podium and approached the machine briskly. Please insert one monocoin and wait. As Monokuma inserted the coin into the slot, inside the machine began to move its hand back and forth over the crystal ball as if it were looking at fortunes. Well, after about 10 seconds, Monokuma's machine stopped and a piece of paper came out. Okay, let's see what does it say. Do not overestimate your abilities, for there are things that no one knows swirling behind your back. Oh gosh, these machines are great and all, but they use such complicated language, you know? Wait, does that make it a prophecy then? Anyway, to show you more clearly, I'll take one volunteer from the students. First come, first served. Monokuma raised his hand and accepted a volunteer, and the students glanced at each other, just looking around. Of course, the same was true for me. New motive, fortune-telling machine, strange phrases. There was so much information coming in at once that my head was spinning and my heart was pounding. If no one is going, I will represent everyone. Me. Kana. Curious. Okay, Kana, as a first-time bonus, this draw is free. I'll give you the monocoin, so try to draw it. Kana walked up to the machine, took the coin from Monokuma and pushed it into the machine. The doll moved as before and then spat out a piece of paper of the same size. Beware of laziness. Sleep begets sleep. I don't like it. So to sum it up, is this a machine that gives advice to the person who was chosen? Is this motivation? I was a little excited about what it would be like this time, but I'm disappointed. Excited? You're making remarks that might be offensive to others with such a light-hearted attitude, Mr. Chitanda. You're talking more than usual, Sarashina. Are you nervous again? I was only taking issue with your behavior. Are you disappointed? You can think that way. Gosh, catering to kids' taste is really tough. If it's too stimulating, they cry and make a fuss, but if it's too mild, they complain that it's boring. Anyway, this is the motive. As you can see, it's a simple system where if you put in one monocoin, you get a piece of paper with some advice written on it. Is that all? Of course. Oh, but even if this is all there is to the machine, the contents of the motive itself still remain. What? Only 2 days. You have 2 days to empty all the papers in this machine. Ultimately, that's the main point. Indeed, if there's even one sheet of paper left, I will prepare a more stronger motive. Perhaps it's an extension of the first motive? No. That. Of course, I could stop it if a murder happens before that. You can choose whatever you want. Pull out all the papers, see the motive, or commit the murder. I really don't understand what you're trying to achieve with this. What on earth are we going to do with a piece of paper with a few strange phrases written on it? You guys should figure that out of yourselves. And I hope you don't think the conditions are too harsh. Who knows, that cliche advice might become the backbone of your success. I guess I've finished my motive presentation. I'm going to head out now. Thanks for your hard work, everyone. Please let me save. What should we do? Need I say more? Collect all coins and pull out paper. That's right, let's finish this in one go, everyone. Check your pockets. No, I don't think it's that simple. Why? What are you going to do with the coins you collect? Well, someone has to flip a coin for the coin throwing us as a representative. Seriously, you people. Consider Kana's case. The advice I've given you seems perfectly suited to her, doesn't it? What I mean is this machine is not just a simple fortune-telling machine that randomly gives you advice like traditional fortune-telling. It is a machine that gives advice tailored to the person who puts in the coin. Now that you mentioned it, I'm curious about how it works. No, it doesn't suit me at all. So what you're saying is that if one person puts in the coin as a representative, only advice about them will continue to come out? Right, doesn't that seem a bit unfair? No matter how cryptic the advice, this is ultimately a motive. You never know what kind of strange result it might produce. Improbable coincidence? If you're worried about that possibility... Ego began to walk towards the machine. Ego? If it's dangerous, I'll keep it to myself. Well... Ego hesitated for a moment after looking at the paper, then took out another coin out of her pocket. Yeah, see for yourself whether it's a coincidence or not. Misaki took the paper from Ego's hand as she walked towards her. Doubt yourself. No, wait a minute, that's not. Ego screamed, suddenly snatched the paper from Misaki's hand and shoved it roughly into her pocket. I gave you the wrong one. This is it. Apparently, she mistook the two pieces of paper she just pulled for each other. It's too basic of a mistake to be attributed to Ego. But doubt yourself, what does that mean? Waiting. As you are now, you cannot uncover your true identity. What is this? I just wanted to let you know how it works, see? So it gave this kind of advice right away. Isn't this enough to be certain? So does that mean we can finally figure out the method? It seems Miss Ego's guess is correct. It certainly could be a risky burden to shoulder alone. Well, actually, it might not really matter. If anyone's going to take the lead, it's obviously me. I can carry it all. That's good confidence, but it is the motive, you know? You need to be careful. I agree, just because you're a leader doesn't mean you have to try to solve everything on your own. It's really touching when you think about me that way, but this is difficult. Wouldn't it be better if one person handled it neatly? How about this? We'll take volunteers. Man, as much as I love this game, it really yaps a lot, huh? Wouldn't it be better if people who are confident that their hearts will not be swayed by anything, no matter what they see, were the ones to do it? I agree, such people exist, a few among us. It's good to share. I'll support first. We'll also participate. I got angry after watching the motive video, but I never once thought of getting my hands dirty in something like murder. Same here. If only I could raise my hand. The moment that horrifying image resurfaced in my mind, my resolve completely vanished. I'm going to do it too. You too? Because I don't like any more severe motives. Do you dislike that? No, that's fine. Thank you for your cooperation. So that's 5 people. Anyone else? I think I just had a really brilliant idea. Can I tell you? What are you going to say next? Have the Daira pull out all of them. Since she can't see the contents anyway, there shouldn't be any problem if she pulls out the paper, right? Well, that is certainly one method. Hey, what kind of convenient tool do you think a disability is? No, but it's true that overcoming it this way is convenient. We're not in a position to be picky about what's good or evil right now. You said someone's about to die, right? Do you still think you have the luxury to uphold humanitarian principles? He has a point. No, but still. Okay, I'll do as you say, Mr. Shitanda. What, you too? It's okay since I can't read the content anyway. There is no disadvantage. The only thing I'd feel is the unpleasantness of being treated like a tool, but it is in my position to be helpful to you all, even at times like this. The investigation is not going well, and my talent is not useful either. You're wasting a valuable human resource like Mr. Blade on me. I already know that I'm being targeted by someone for no reason, and causing you a lot of trouble is no small thing. It would be nice if I could do something too. Yeah, we get it. Another flashback. I try to appear strong. I know that appearing weak is the most dangerous thing. However, what's in front of me, I can't keep up the charade. Truthfully, I'm scared. The Daira. Yeah. I get it. At that time, in that situation, the Daira might have... See? Even with the flashback, they have to summarize it. They have to summarize it again. That time, the situation, the Daira might have quite a strong dislike towards her own powerlessness. No, there's no need to say it like that. The best thing for you and all other students to do is just stay out of trouble. There's no need to feel pressure to take on other tasks for no reason. That's right, I hope you don't think of yourself as too incompetent. Mr. Daira, you are beautiful just by your own existence. Thank you for your kind words. Then just think of it as something that I'm doing because I want to. I really don't mind at all. If that's your wish, then there's no reason to stop you. Strangely enough, I feel bad about following Shitanda's opinion. Well, you've been particularly quick to disagree with my opinions. Am I that much of a thorn on your side? Yep. Looks like I really messed up this time. So it is decided then. First of all, your monocoins. Halt, stop. See? And it's just like, nope, don't do this. After all the goddamn conversations, like, nope, don't do that. Yeah. Stop right there. I didn't think of this before. What is it now, Bear? I'll add something to the motive. He told me the Daira cannot use the rhetorica. What? You're being underhanded. Hey, it's easy to pull strings these days. If I mess up, you just pull a hotfix and ignore it. There's no way this is not intentional. It's not like I changed the rules after the Daira touched the rhetorica. It's safe to do this, okay? He's saying it's safe so he doesn't feel ashamed. This is a real complaint. As the headmaster, it was a mistake on my part. What difference does it make if I ban the one person picking out papers who can't read but spread it anyway? It's not like there's even braille on the paper. Why are you all so upset about it? It makes me upset to be treated like this. Please understand, Mr. Daira, this is my first time dealing with a visually impaired person, so I'm experiencing a trial and error here. So you'd rather do this to me. Okay, I've explained the changed rules, so I'll disappear again. Again, Mr. Daira is prohibited from accessing the rhetorica. Please be careful. If you put even one monocoin, you will be punished immediately. That's it. Damn, adding a rule right away. I didn't know it would turn out like this. I'm sorry, everyone. I said I could do it with confidence. Stop. No apology. Not your fault. In that case, it seems like the next best option would be for those who volunteer to receive the coins, as we mentioned earlier. Yup. We're going to talk about that again? I guess so. Anyone else raise their hand? No? Alright, first take out the monocoins you have. I have 0 monocoins. Gathered all the monocoins we had. Wow, this school has this many coins. We counted at least 500, right? What's the most surprised that among these many coins, about 400 are from Mikawa. Jeez, Mikawa, how many pockets do you have on your clothes that you keep dropping coins in? I thought I was looking for a water fountain. I've been looking for nothing but those all day. There's also a bit of mana machine, so it's only this much. They were originally close to 1,000. I guess I should have just wasted my money there. I didn't think about saving when we don't have any money in here. Okay, let's get started. I don't have a clue how much paper there is, but 500 should be enough to get through, right? Yeah, I don't think there are more than 500. Let's have 5 people stand in line, and then when the person at the front draws about 10, they move out to the back of the line. Everyone, pick up the coins you can. Oh boy, this is gonna take a while. And then extraordinary sights unfolded. Don't doubt yourself, for those who follow you truly believe in you. Don't turn away from your own heart, for it is revealing you to the truth that's more transparent than anything else. Do not lose faith, for the land of salvation is coming down from heaven. Justin then took something out of his pocket and looked at it for a moment. What, Mr. Justin, you carry a cross? Are you perhaps Christian? Wrong, just carrying around. What are you looking at? I'm not going to continue reading along. Me too. Is it just me who finds it funny that each of them says a few cringe-worthy lines? There's no need to read them out loud like that. I guess these are phrases you like. The strange procession continued for several tens of minutes. Misaki, do you have a moment? I want to join too. There seem to be about 200 notes out there, but they don't seem particularly dangerous. You made this decision after careful consideration, right? Of course, would it be better and easier if several people did it? Okay then, come this way. Okay, god damn it, I'm going to be late for work. This is it. I should have followed my instinct, just fucking saved. I'll do it too. Me too. Me too. When there were no signs of danger, everyone started joining in. Yeah, since the only thing I can show is text anyway, it probably doesn't pose much of a threat to me. I made up my mind. I'll join too. The number of people participating doubled in an instant from 5 to 10. I walked towards the line and glanced at the other 4. Even if the dad's participation was originally impossible, and Shitada's purposes was to observe us, so many people are participating. I want to participate too. A weak and pathetic person like me will surely not be able to enjoy the motive. It would be better for everyone if I stayed like this. The other 2 must be really scared. Of course, since the first motive was so evil, it's not hard to understand the feeling. Honestly, looking upon things is strange. The consequences of deeply rooted blindness are disastrous. What on earth is this? It means to think before you act, dummy. I don't know about other people, but hearing that from you hurts my pride. Fuck, is there a way to save this? To stop it at this part? God damn it. Oh my, look at this kid. He doesn't seem to know how deep my thoughts are. Let's see, what will show for me? Thou shalt not lie. Oh, is that a retort? This machine is a real whiz. In the midst of all the commotion, my turn finally arrived. I picked up a monocoin and pulled the end of the... fuck, whatever, I don't care. The monocle doll inside the glass moved its hand back and forth, whatever. Just show me the fucking paper. Shake now, but not let yourself be shaken. This may be the only way to escape this place. I expected a vague story to come up, but I didn't expect such an abstract remark. I have no idea what they're talking about, but saying anything about the advice that's already been printed won't make a difference. Put the note in my pocket and inserted the next coin. Please be important. What's wrong? Nothing. When Kazuki was standing behind me, I stuffed the second piece of paper into my pocket. I didn't want to show this. Why not? Shake not, but let yourself be shaken. This may be the only way to escape this place. What does that even mean? I didn't want to tell Kazuki that the same phrase appeared in the second piece of paper. This is obviously strange compared to how other people kept getting different phrases. So I didn't want to reveal it. I didn't want to be treated as a different being anymore. Are we done? Come on, please. Nothing changed after that. The machine spit out a piece of paper with the exact same content written on it, and I hurriedly took the paper into my pocket, afraid of being caught. I repeated this 7 more times, so he gets the same 7 phrases. It was my 10th turn. My last turn, I picked up the 10th piece of paper without thinking about it much. And surprisingly, the machine had another answer prepared for me. Thinking too much? Why is that? It's a good habit to reconsider. A sentence with a tone that was clearly changed from just moments ago. It felt like they were looking right through me and throwing out a simple single remark. I stuffed the paper into my pocket as if possessed, and giving up my seat to Kizuki, I returned back to the line. No matter how much I think about it, everything in the school seems to treat me as someone special. What the hell am I? What kind of person am I? Having one more mystery to solve alone was not a pleasant thing. Key. Miyuki, can you hear me? Yeah. Seemed like I was so absorbed in my thoughts that I didn't hear Misaki's voice. We ran out of coins. I think we'll have to search the school for more. What? There were about 500 coins piled up. Naturally, there were also about 500 sheets of printed paper. Was there that much paper in the machine? Yeah, this was way beyond my expectations. I turned around and looked at the clock. About 2 hours passes then, so 46 hours remain. Still, there's plenty of time left. If we look around, it might not be impossible. Right, let's look around and find whatever we can find. Don't you think it's too much of a fuss? 46 hours is a long time left. I thought we could take our time and find them. I'd rather finish this stuff up now than worry. What if we search for them and then the coins don't show up? So does that mean this thing we had to do as a group is over? I'm going. So tough. Needless to say, we have to move out to find the coins anyway. Alright then everyone, let's voluntarily look for the remaining coins inside the school. I'll call you again when there are 12 hours left until the deadline. Well then, dismissed. Please let me save, please let me save, please let me save. God damn it. The students left in groups of 2s and 3s and I also walked out of the gym. I'm trying to leave, however. Oh god damn it, we're still not fucking done. Wait, fuck. Oh well, I stealthily stuck close to him as I exited the entrance. I don't know, but anyway, it's really reassuring, you know. How could I not know? I just acted according to my principles. Don't try to read too much into it. The only people left behind me were Misaki and Ego. As expected, the conversation began. I couldn't miss this. If that's what you insist on, then so be it. Still, I'd really appreciate it if you could. If possible, stay with me in that spirit in the future. Really? Well, it's nice that it seems like you put some thought into it. So you care? Enough embarrassing talk. I'm going now. What? What is this conversation? The conversation ended much faster than I expected. I quickly moved away, careful not to be heard. Ego's side view walking with a nonchalant expression seemed somewhat nostalgic, but I couldn't grasp the reason. Please, please. Oh, fuck. Come on, man. Let me save, for the love of God. Return to my private room. Even if it's fine to... I don't fucking care. Oh, thank God. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me fucking... There you go. Come on, 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 come on. Oh, thank God. But whatever.